So how do you get high rankings on Google without wasting your time? Like anything in life, 80% of your results are going to come from 20% of the things that you do. And in this video, I'm going to share with you the practices that we use to get this client from position 42 for their main keyword up to position 4 in about 3 or 4 weeks. How we got this website's traffic up to these kind of numbers in about 6 months, going up against some heavy hitter websites like the Mayo Clinic and Healthline.com. How we got this home care agency ranking on page 1 throughout the suburbs of Philadelphia. And in none of these cases did we waste time doing things that really aren't going to have any sort of impact on the website's SEO. My name is Frank. I'm the founder of Sagapixel. Some of the things I'm going to share with you, you may or may not agree with. I'm interested in hearing what you have to say, so leave some comments. We do check them. And if you're interested in learning more about SEO and digital marketing, check out our channel. So the first step is make sure that Google can actually crawl and index your website. Last year, we had a client that reached out to us that the WordPress developer forgot to uncheck the discourage search engines from indexing this website. And the best way to do that is to set up Google Search Console. So set up your Google Search Console, just Google it. You'll end up here. Click on Start Now, and it will set up your website. Once you've verified your Search Console, I would recommend just throw in the home page. If you see a page like this, it means that your page is obviously indexed. If you see something like this, it means that it's not indexed, but you can click right here where it says Test Live URL, and that's going to let you know whether Google is actually going to be able to crawl and potentially index the page. We have a whole video on Search Console. I recommend you check it out after this. Just set up your Search Console, submit your sitemap. It'll let you know if you ever have any sort of problems with getting your website crawled and indexed by Google. The second step is you need to identify what the queries are that you need to target on your website. Now, there's a concept in SEO of keyword mapping. That basically means that you take a topic or a series of keywords that are all very closely related and you map them to a page on your website. So if you're trying to target keywords like home care marketing agency, digital marketing agency for home care agencies, a home care business marketing agency, a whole bunch of different keywords that are actually quite relevant to one another, you would map all of these to sagapixel.com/home care marketing agency, for example. At the same time, if you wanted to rank for a keyword like SEO company for home care agencies, you would want to create a whole different page for that. So SEO agency for home care businesses, home care SEO agency, SEO company that works with home care agencies, all of those keywords will be all mapped to their own page. You would not try to map that page over to the first one. Now, sometimes you might not be sure if you need to have separate pages for things, so that's why you're going to check Google. In this case, I've performed the search family law attorney, Marlton, New Jersey, the town that's right next to ours. And I'm seeing, okay, family law pages, family law, and then just like the homepage of one of the local attorneys. When I performed the search child custody attorney, Marlton, New Jersey, I'm actually seeing a lot of the same pages. These are not dedicated child custody pages. This means that it's likely possible that you can rank one page for child custody attorney, Marlton, New Jersey, alimony attorney, Marlton, New Jersey, divorce lawyer, Marlton, New Jersey. You may not have to create separate pages for each one of these. On the other hand, if we perform this search in Miami, child custody attorney, Miami, I'm seeing child custody, so forth and so on. This is largely just because it's a more competitive market. Someone has actually built out these individual pages, and you're going to have to map each one of those keywords to a different page, unlike you did in Marlton, New Jersey. So in practice, what this usually means is that you need to have dedicated pages for each one of the things that you do. You know, if you are one of 5 family law attorneys in your town, then maybe you can get away with having a page that is kind of like a catch-all. But if you're in a remotely competitive industry and market, forget about it. Number 3, you need to see if content marketing and writing articles could potentially get you in front of the customers that you want to serve. Now, I'm going to be the one SEO YouTuber that's going to tell you that you don't have to write articles, you don't have to blog. There's opportunity in blogging, but it's not totally necessary. For example, if you are Googling something like how to move out of state when you have dual custody with a child in the state of New York, you're not looking this up because you're curious. You probably have a legal problem and you probably need to talk to a family law attorney. If you are a family law attorney that deals with those types of matters, you should write an article, you should demonstrate to the person that you have the the expertise that they need. You need to give them some actual value, and also tell them that trying to get legal advice off the internet is not advisable and they should probably call you. A plumber, on the other hand, that's writing articles about how to unclog a toilet is very unlikely to ever turn that into business. A plumbing website in Houston, Texas might get that traffic, but most of it is going to be coming from California, Maine, Ohio, places that they don't serve. And frankly, even the topic of how to unclog a clogged toilet, it has kind of a DIY intent behind it in the first place, and it's just a hard sell. So topics like that, just blogging for the sake of blogging, getting traffic for the sake of traffic, is a waste of time. You need to do entity optimization. This was the way that we got the results for all of the clients that I was talking about at the beginning of the video. Google wants to deliver relevant results when somebody performs a search. If users perform a search like chiropractors that accept Blue Cross Blue Shield, and they're giving you results of places that don't accept that insurance, it's not a good experience. And on the other hand, if a service page provides all kinds of information about the child custody process, for example, just taking the example of the previous section, Google sees that as providing value to people that maybe the other pages don't actually provide. So as you're creating each one of these articles or service pages that you've mapped those keywords to, you're aiming to make it as relevant to those keywords as you possibly can, while adding information-dense, valuable content. It does not mean write the longest page that you possibly can. I've seen personal injury lawyer pages that are 9,000 words. That is entirely unnecessary, I assure you. So how do you do entity optimization? I have a video on page SEO that I'm going to link to in the description of this video, but in a nutshell, there are tools that will take the content that you've written, published on your website, that will allow you to compare it to your competitors, tell you the keywords that you need to be added or possibly need to be removed, subtopics that you may need to include. It may even give you recommendations about word count and whether to include images and so forth. We also use Google Cloud's natural language processing API just to see what the entities are and try to increase the salience of the city and the keyword that we're trying to target with each one of these pages. Again, this is a whole process that I go over in another video, so I encourage you to check it out after this video. Next, you need to have some sort of method to acquire backlinks to your website. Don't go on to Fiverr or somewhere and buy a whole bunch of spam Web 2.0 links, unless you consider your website to be a burner website that you're going to keep for maybe 6 months, get it penalized, and then just trash it. You need to think a little bit more long term. There are 4 types of content that earn links. Number 1 are online tools, mortgage calculators and whatnot. Number 2 is reference, meaning providing definitions. People will use a word like a cap rate in an article, not want to get into what a cap rate is, and just link to it, the top result for what is a cap rate. Number 3 is data that will support whatever sort of argument or topic they're writing about. What percentage of American homeowners still carry a balance on their mortgage? The top result for that query has almost 800 backlinks coming from 325 different domains. And there's a very good chance that they had to do nothing for them. Someone was writing an article about mortgages, they entered this query, they found their number, and they linked back to the source. Number 4 is doing something newsworthy. Stuff like, now you can get paid to eat avocados. You can see the CNN article right here has earned 112 backlinks from 63 different websites. I bet you that they in turn are linking back to whatever website is doing the study. And these are all the backlinks that this study has earned. Philly Voice, 6ABC, whole bunch of great backlinks that they've earned, including CNN, as you just saw. Now, there are more active ways to build links, including writing articles for other websites, broken link building, which we have a video on, and the quote-unquote skyscraper method. But all of these are really getting used and worn out at this point and are not nearly as effective as they used to be. Ultimately, if you are making sure that your technical SEO is set up right, where Google can optimally crawl and index your website, and you are mapping keywords, identifying the right keywords and mapping them correctly to the right pages on your website, you're really writing comprehensive, relevant content on those pages, and you're earning backlinks, that is the recipe to higher rankings on Google. I mentioned a few different videos in this video that will help you to get a little bit more in depth about different aspects of SEO. Check out the description, recommend that you check them out, and I will be responding to your comments.